Hello to everyone who speaks English and doesn't know any Hebrew, so you probably couldn't follow firsthand. If you're willing to know some facts, really just some facts, you're welcome to listen. You're welcome to look for yourself. This is the most important thing to do now if you really want to take any side. We are 1 month through this horrific tragedy, ongoing, I must say, tragedy. Even Israelis who live abroad and are following kind of different channels and news, they've been asking why do we so eager to kill civilians and children, Palestinian children? How about ceasefire? So let me try to answer those questions. After 1 month, I feel it's really enough. I can't keep quiet anymore, honestly. In 2 hours, approximately, they will start firing rockets here. I'm in Tel Aviv. Sometimes they do it in the afternoon, but usually it's about 7 or 8 in the evening, and then at 9:30, 10ish. And then sometimes during the day. Don't they say they don't have electricity and fuel? And so how do they actually fire rockets every day? I mean, to fire a rocket to Tel Aviv, it's a long distance rocket. I mean, they do it every day. It costs a huge amount of money. How do they do this? That's amazing, right? Well, so in fact, they have tons of fuels under the Shifa Hospital and under Indonesian Hospital, two well-known hospitals in northern central Gaza. They keep themselves safe, covering themselves up by civilians and kids and children, and this is good for them. This is good for the agenda, for the world to see, right? Because we are bombing civilians. Even if we were eager to kill Palestinians, we still have 240 kidnapped children, kids of all ages, women, old women, young women, men, old men, young men. I mean, they're kept in Gaza, right? So if anything, we're really trying the hardest as you can go in the war, and not to kill the civilians. If not for Palestinians, then for our own, because they are there in the tunnels of Hamas underground city. If any of you traveled to Moscow, there are tours you can see on the underground city. It's insane. Underground, parallel with the famous Moscow metro, built for so many years in the 60s and 70s during the Cold War. There is anything you want. It's a city. It's a huge city. There are elevators which are going down minus 5th floor. There is irrigation system and water supply system and anything you want, really. And some of those tunnels are still secretly kept, but some of them are open for the public to see, and one of them. So this is how Hamas underground city looks like, actually. This is what happens under the hospital and under the kindergartens and all of those civilian places. Now, the problem is that in 2006, there were elections in Gaza, right? Because, no, we didn't keep Gaza in prison. They had their own choice of government, and they chose Hamas government. I think little did they know at this time, and Israel as well, because I must say that Israel gave a green light to that. But that's the government they chose. Billions of dollars were sent through all these years, billions of dollars from Turkey, from Iran, from Qatar. And this little strip of earth in Gaza, which lies on the ocean, could be the most beautiful on earth. Instead, those billions are used against Israel and building those incredible, insane underground cities and tunnels to go inside Israel, and it's against the infidels. Jews are infidels, right? Christians are infidels as well. Even Muslims, different kind of Muslims, which are not radicals, there are infidels. They were killed just in that 7/10 Saturday attack. Arabs were killed. They were asked to cite the Quran, which they did, and then they were just killed. Did you know about this? Do you know that Thailand workers were killed? Thai government is looking to free the bodies and some of the captured, because some of them are kidnapped from Israel as well. Why would they need Thai workers to keep in Gaza and kill them? They're not Jewish. Why would they kill cows and dogs? I mean, cows are not Jewish. Babies? Why would you kill a baby if you're just an army who fight for your freedom, right? Why would you open the belly of a pregnant woman or kill just a small baby or rape a woman? Or first we went to search for remnant animals, pets who stayed behind. I mean, some of them obviously survived. So we went to Kibbutzim and Gaza envelope, and we found burned dogs, and I mean the scenes were like really horrific. And we were standing and waiting for some other volunteers to join us, and we were standing just on the corner of some of the street in Kibbutz Kisufim, and I needed to use a bathroom. All houses are open, the doors are open, and just as I entered, I saw a huge pile of blood on the floor, and there was a cellular phone inside this pile of blood, and the ladies' shoes scattered, and all this mess, and the house was very modest. You could see it's of an older person. So later we learned that it belonged to 90-something years old lady who was a Shoah survivor, Holocaust survivor. You fight for freedom like this? Fight with men, you fight with an army. You don't kill 90 years old people and babies and take them hostages. So it's not something we were prepared, obviously. I think we believed, it's ridiculous, but I think we believed in Hamas. I might not understand everything, but I'm just trying to think, why would Hamas need small children and young women and elderly women? I mean, why do you keep them? You keep them for more than 1 month now. They're not IDF soldiers. They don't know any secrets. They just live there in their kibbutzim, and most of them were left-wing, and they were always voting for peace, and just let them out and then have your ceasefire and have water you don't have. But of course Hamas has it for themselves, and that's why they keep on keeping them, because they don't care. I mean, they don't care about their people suffering. You know, it's ridiculous thought, but we're actually freeing Palestine from Hamas. The few terrorists who are kept, actually, who stayed alive, and they were interrogated by Shabak. We had few minutes of interviews released. So if any of you interested in translation, I can say more about this. If you have any more questions, you're welcome to ask. Thank you for listening. Shalom.